In recent years, tourism has increased globally as more and more people are interested in traveling. This action generates great income in the economic sector and a great cultural enrichment. Tourism is involved in the social and economic fields due to its current strong influence because it generates an important source of economic income for many countries and encourages social relations by interaction of tourists with local people. Positive aspects of tourism. Tourism has many positive effects. It increases recreational opportunities, supports traditional cultures, and it generates jobs opportunities for local people. Tourism helps to develop human relationships and becoming stronger and longer. A good example is Roraima, located in Venezuela. It is one of the most important touristic places in Venezuela. We can see how people interactivity increase in this region of the country by the relation between tourists and local people. Negative aspects of tourism. In the negative aspects, we can mention the progressive loss of some cultural traditions due to the foreign influence of big brands. It also influences the clash of cultures and stereotypes that can generate conflicts between locals and foreign people. Ways to prevent negative effects of tourism. Every country should have its own parameters in order to prevent the negative effects of tourism. But in our opinion, a good way to start is to make sustainable tourism mandatory. Like this, assure that the environment is protected. Also, the government should sponsor activities and workshops about local culture, customs, and cuisine in order to maintain it. An example of this is Botswana, a country in Africa that is now is one of the most important leaders in sustainable tourism. They have an ecotourism certification system that encourages good actions by tourism business. Economy and tourism. In the economic sector, tourism plays a very important role because in many countries it is one of the main sources of income. Some examples could be Malta, Croatia, Thailand, among others. It is important to know that tourism provides great benefits to the economy because of the income it generates, but it can also have a negative impact. Positive aspects. According to Abbas in 2012, tourism expenditures generate income to the host economy and can stimulate the investment necessary to finance growth in other economic sectors. Some countries seek to accelerate this growth by recruiting visitors to bring in a certain amount of foreign currency for each day of their stay. Tourism can induce the local government to make infrastructure improvements such as better water and sewage systems, roads, electricity, telephone, and public transport networks. This can improve the quality of life for residents as well as facilitate tourism. Negative aspects. According to ABBA, tourism balance of payments. What is that? Ali Salik in 2013 said that the balance of payments is an accounting record that indicates the economic and financial situation of a country as compared with other countries. To apply this balance in Venezuela it's very difficult to determine due to the terrible economic situation in which it is. Unfortunately, Venezuela does not guarantee the tourist safety, accommodation, nor basic services to have a pleasant stay in the country. For this reason, has one of the worst rates in comparison with nearby countries like Colombia and Brazil.
Tourism's impact on world economies 2017. According to the United Nations World Tourism Organization, in 2017, the tourist industry saw the biggest growth in international tourist arrivals since 2010. Thanks to this, many countries were benefited economically. In numbers, the total amount of international tourist arrivals saw a growth of 7% with 1,326 million tourists, and with the total amount of international tourism receipts growing 5% and amounting 1,340 billion US dollars. Tourism growth 2017. In percentages, the international tourist arrivals were distributed in the following ways. America 16% with a growth of 5%, Africa 5% with a growth of 9%, Asia and the Pacific 24% with a growth of 6%, Europe with 51% and a growth of 8%, Middle East 4% and a growth of 5%. Tourism growth 2018. According to the United Nations World Tourism Organization's 2019 report, 2018 has been the second best year following 2010, with an overall growth of 6% in international tourist arrivals. Europe, Asia and the Pacific grew 6%, the Americas grew 3%, Africa grew 7%, and the Middle East grew 10%. Tourism growth 2019. The United Nations World Tourism Organization's report projects that 2019's international tourist arrival will grow from 3 to 4%, with the Middle East and Asia and the Pacific expected to have a growth of 6%. The United Nations World Tourism Organization's report also projects that for the year 2030 there will be 1,800 million international tourist arrivals. Transport 2017. According to the World Tourism Organization, in 2017 the mode of transport most frequently used for traveling was air travel, with 57% of travelers using it, followed by road travel with 37%, then 4% water travel, and finally rail travel 2%. Purpose of travel 2017. The World Tourism Organization says the most common reason for traveling was leisure, recreation, and holidays, representing 55% of all tourists in 2017. The second place was visiting friends and relatives, health, religion, etc., representing 27%. The third most used reason was business and professional, with 13%, and 6% of travelers did not specify. Doing Business World Ranking. The Doing Business chart ranks countries by the regulatory performance of their economies. It also compares the economies of each country with the results of past years. In this chart 2018, the top 3 countries are New Zealand, Singapore, and Denmark, in respective order, and the bottom 3 are Venezuela, Eritrea, and Somalia, in respective order. Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Report. The Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Report provides countries with information necessary to formulate policies and actions regarding tourism. In this report 2017, the top 3 countries were Spain, France, and Germany, in respective order. The bottom 3 countries were Burundi, Chad, and Yemen, in respective order. Venezuela ranked 104th out of 136 countries. Country Brand Index. The Country Brand Index measures the global perception of one country's culture, traditions, economy, etc. In the Latin America chart, the top 3 are Argentina, Brazil, and Mexico, in respective order, and the bottom 3 are Honduras, Nicaragua, and Guatemala, in respective order. Venezuela is at rank 13 out of 20 countries.
To sum up, tourism is one of the most important activities at the global level and has a significant impact on the economy and social sector of nations. It generates jobs opportunities, helps in the development of infrastructures, gastronomic establishments, and hoteliers, making it a key piece for socioeconomic development. Thanks for watching.